Peruto. Number 6, Ethan Gagno. Number 3, Alexander Stamina. Number 5, Thank you. At this time, we ask that you please rise, move your caps and/or buckets, and direct your attention to the flag if you are able to honor America with our Star-Spangled Banner.
And we are ready to get this thing started. We've got Dan K in the Zoom room, myself on site here at Boston University. A fantastic arena. We've got a bunch of friends, family, scouts in attendance. We have got both teams really trying to get the puck low to start here, right? And you just want to kind of get these guys used to each other. They're not, right? They're not right-hand, left-hand. You've got a bunch of players from some notable organizations around the USPHL. You've got a lot of PAL Junior Islanders represented, a lot of Rockets Hockey Club represented, a lot of Northern Cyclones, but these lines have been pretty well mixed and matched here, Dan. It's always fun to see how these kids adapt.
Yeah, it's a skills competition at times, right? As much as 3-on-3 overtime is during a regular season bout, an entire All-Star game will become a skills competition. You're not going to see the whistles a lot. What this game is about is showcasing what these young athletes can do and the things in their game that they can bring to a school like BU or others at the NCAA Division I rank. That's the exciting part today. You're going to get a lot of new looks.
The problem now is you're not going to want to get off the couch. You're going to want to do every game like this. You just ship me around the country, set everything up, and you don't have to leave.
This is great, man. I'm leaning back right now. I'm comfortable. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce right now on the couch calling a hockey game.
You know, Commissioner Bob for New England. And back up the ice is Atlantic. Cross now, trying to find some room, having to dump it back down behind the net. Now back towards the corner. Team Atlantic battling. And once again, you're seeing Bronzo go to work here. He's on the third line today, but a centerman from the Rockets, an 06 who's really showing good initiative with the puck in this game. He's just kind of going after it, right? If there's a loose puck, odds are you're going to see Bronzo try to grab it. Back to center. Trying to stick away here. Putting in the work on the defensive side. Sprawling down to the ice, trying to get this one across the blue line. Natuso unable to get that shot through. A great save there by Daniel Moore. Natuso involved pretty heavily on the offensive side already. And another guy who's been involved is Accardi, Jackson Accardi, showing off his ability to, from the defensive position, really put a ton of stick work in as he keeps this puck away. Now here comes a 2-on-1 for Atlantic. Trying to find that cross-slot pass. Great save there by Daniel Moore. He turns that one away with ease, going post to post. Daniel avoiding the pressure, sending that puck up ice, generating a rush for Atlantic here. Back and forth across the slot comes the passing. That one going to be cleared out onto the stick of Accardi. Accardi had a lot of ice time here to start this game. He is listed as a top line on this line sheet. A skater from the Rockets Hockey Club. You'll just love to see that 6'1", 200. That is a very attractive size for an 07 when you look at teams that maybe want to grab some big defensemen, including some big defensemen who can hold on to the puck. New England, spinning shot right there. Never gets to the net. Once again, that's Accardi putting a body in front. New England trying to get this puck low. They just can't get there. Atlantic doing a good job of stifling with a wall right in front. And here they come on the counterattack. Low into the zone. That's Kyle. Logan Kyle from PAL's 18U team in 07-62185. Reads the situation and is able to make the appropriate play at the appropriate time.
Yeah, at this age, at this level, you want to see a guy comfortable with it.
Oh, good play right in front. Team Atlantic starting to knock on that door just a little bit here. There's Hussa finding the loose puck at the blue line, looking for a penalty on the hold and the hook. Any other game you might get either one of those. You're not getting it tonight.
You're not getting it. Keep the whistles away. You know, all-star game, you let these guys play
recognition. These guys, even though this is the first game they're all playing together, they're trusting the instincts of their teammates, right? Natuso knows, I win the face-off back, I skate towards the neutral zone, someone will wheel around and find me with it. Another face-off win there, controlled briefly by Atlantic. Now back to New England. Battling there is Rischler, Maxwell Rischler. Second-line defenseman today from the Northern Cyclones Academy. His body and still putting the great shot on net. You know, we talked about the netminders having to be really solid in net. Daniel Moore has seen his fair share of shots so far, including that last one by Smetanka. Crossing the 1-minute mark there, spinning and firing is Team Atlantic. Nothing there, no space to be found off the stick of Hussa, who has really made a name for himself, Dan, as you mentioned. And we'll have some spotlights throughout this game on a few players, as Dan K, our stay-at-home stat boy with the access to the NCDC Hockey follow-along page. And if you're watching us on Flow Hockey, you are seeing that Game Center, but you can go to ncdchockey.com. You can navigate to the Game Center there and follow along with the stats portion of today's broadcast as you're watching. Tie up at center ice. New England retreating a bit. Trying to use this side-to-side movement now. A big hip check dished out. There's Hussa again, making his presence felt on Pryor. Pryor trying to get that carry, and he met some stiff resistance right there at center ice. 30 seconds left to go. New England bringing it back behind their own net again. Looking for some help. He's got help. New England carrying it out. There's Delio. Trying to find some space there. Delio gets around the defender. Now carrying it in. Some beautiful stick work down low. Just can't best the third person. Got through one, got through two. Could not get past the third Atlantic skater. A good chance right there for Jackson Delio. Listed on the top line today. And you can see why he's made this New England Young Guns roster, Dan, from the Boston Junior Bruins side. He's a new netminder opposing him from the Atlantic side. It's Finn Laffey, number 35. A quick score from Team Atlantic to open things up here in the second. Battling down low now. New England has been trying to get this puck low for a lot of this game. Commissioner Turo, I mean, you've been watching this game from the hockey fan perspective, from the commissioner perspective. I mean, how have these players sort of gelled in a game where, you know, not a lot of these guys have played with each other quite a bit?
Well, you could tell the two players who just scored that goal played together with one another. I mean, Dombrowski just hit it to the post, and Franisek just dropped his shoulder, made the goalie commit, and it was an easy pass and shot into the net. So you'll see more cohesiveness here as the second period moves on.
And the New England side struggling to kind of get out of their own zone a little bit in the first because of some high pressure from Team Atlantic. Dombrowski with the goal, coming through on the assist. Christopher Richards on the assist right there for Team Atlantic. Opening the scoring here in the second. New England along the far wall, trying to find some space. Good defense there from Team Atlantic, now back behind their own net. New England looking for an outlet. There is none. Atlantic able to clear the puck out of their own zone. And, you know, Commissioner Turo, you look at a game like this where you're playing in front of scouts both in the arena and on Flow Hockey. I mean, what if you're a player before being dumped back in? Team New England right there, that's Rischler, Maxwell Rischler, who's made his presence known a little bit on the defensive side. I do love seeing the defensive play in an all-star game here, but here's a 2-on-1 rush. This one right in front of the net, shot scored. A great 2-on-1 rush. And a couple of good saves right there by Finn Laffey. He was tested 3 times right in front of the net, going from that far side post first shot, right in the middle second shot, near side post third shot. I mean, You just heard it, Commissioner Turo. Great goaltending. It makes me so emotional. I love watching great defense. I love watching great goaltending. I will take a 1-0 hockey game all day, any day. Team Atlantic trying to make this one certainly not a low-scoring game as they're back inside their offensive zone. There's our first goal scorer of the game, Kirill Golubev taking that shot from the blue line. He's been a kind of a force to be reckoned with from the Potomac Patriots elite side. He's a Russian-born skater, really kind of taking this NCDC Young Guns game and making his impact felt in a lot of different ways. Love to see that from Golubev. Big hits along the far side boards. Atlantic looking for some space here. They're not going to find it right now. A lot of big pressure from Team New England using that size. That's Olivier Touchet, the 2006, 6 foot, 180 pounds. It was a battle of the sixes. Ethan Gagnon, Christopher Richards just going head-to-head, battling it out for the puck for a couple of seconds right there. Those two have been involved in a lot of good physical play today. Not always against each other, but seemingly with anyone who tends to get in their way. New England back behind their own net here. Looking for some help. He's got it. Waiting for it. Stamanov passes ahead. Carried across the blue line. New England's got some looks here if they can get the pass across. They do. Shot goes wide. That's Rischler again. Max Rischler. Couldn't find the net right there, but another good backdoor opportunity as Team New England continues to test Finn Laffey here in the second. 7:40 to go. New England brings it ahead. Check from behind. Good physicality right there in neutral ice. That's Accardi. A name we've said quite a bit on this broadcast. I'm sure he will continue to come up as his play has really taken him into all facets of the game. Pass ahead through center on the receiving end. Now go ahead down low. That one sticked away. A good job by New England on the back check to get a stick in the path of the skater right in front of his own net. And he's done a good job of really locking down that positioning save, right? It's getting your body over top of it. It's keeping yourself square. Using the mask to save that one. Rebound try, no good. That one over the crossbar. Trying to signal at the ref that the helmet might have been knocked askew by that save, using your head to a whole new level. New England firing back on the counterattack. That shot taken. Stopped. The shot off the stick of Justin Ouellet.
Yeah, Lucas, I want to jump in here real quick. As we go through these All-Star games, we always like to highlight some of the players that we were looking at coming into this one. How about a 2008 birth year, 15 years of age, in Colton Carmody? 29 points this year for the Northern Cyclones Academy 15U AAA. This kid is a difference maker. He's also gotten the THF 13 points this year, 7 goals, 6 assists. Colton Carmody is a difference-making forward, and he's got a lot of time to grow as an athlete.
Here comes Atlantic, firing that shot off the post. That one just as close to going in right there. There's Marcus Gentile really making his presence felt once again, firing that shot that just goes a bit wide. About 2 inches in the other direction. That's getting redirected right into the net. Good defense in neutral ice causes the turnover. Heading after it is Touchet. Behind the net of Atlantic. Looking for room. It's back up top. There's Gagnon. Back up to the point once again. He's got help. Rischler prowling at the point. Puck still down low. They're trying to get that puck back up to the blue line to create some space, but not really able to get past this Atlantic wall, which has sort of turned its way back towards facing its own net, keeping that puck from going high. Finally, a good clearance off the glass right there. Carrying it up is Kyle. Kyle trying to look across the ice. No help there. But a good try by Kyle's. He skates off. That's the end of his shift right there. Coming onto the ice, Tomas Smetanka. Smetanka, the PAL Junior Islanders premier skater, an 06-6'3", 190 in front of his own net. Chase Murray, the Northern Cyclones Academy 16U netminder, has shown up when the pressure's been right in front of him.
Yeah, the story for Team Atlantic has been speed in bunches. When they get going, it's fast and furious, man. It feels like Vin Diesel's going to come out and start talking to us about family when this Atlantic team is the puck.
Well, New England looking for one more score here before the end of the second period. They would like to get this one to within one. We know that no one's concerned about 2 points here. Low to high game, shot fired off the back of the net. That was a wrister from in close. He's going to get another shot at it here, deflected right in front. That is 2 quick shots from Jackson DeLeo. Finding himself unmarked and unmanned right in front of the net. That is a tough skater to leave right in front. That first shot going just wide, almost redirecting back. You know, you look at the boards at a great institution like Boston University, they've got a little spring to them. You got to be careful with those hard wrist shots, especially when they go untouched to the back of the net. That is going to do it from the Springfield Pick 16U side. Skater from Denmark. 6 foot tall, 198. He is an 07. So some good size, some good lineage in terms of the teams that they're coming from here in net for both sides. As both teams look to open up the scoring. Low-scoring all-star game affair. Normally you like to see, I should say Dan and the Scouts like to see a longer scoring game as much as I appreciate a 1-0 game. Looking to see a couple extra goals in the back of the net in this one. Big hit dished out behind the play. A hand is up. We are going to get our first call. Our first penalty call of the All-Star game that looked to be a cross-check from behind. We'll see what the actual call is. It's going to be on Team Atlantic right there as the shot comes in from the wide side on Team New England. Looked to be Camden Pryor taking that shot that gets swallowed up by the netminder, number 31, Daniel Daggett. And we are going to get our first penalty call here, which gives Team New England a chance to go to work offensively, Dan.
Yeah, one of the hardest things to do in an all-star game is score on a power play. You just don't have the unit together. You're not used to being with one another. It is going to be always troublesome. It's harder to score one than it is to stop one.
In these situations, I think you should just pull a netminder. There's a shot coming in from the face-off circle, especially in an all-star game. Let the boys go 6-on-4, see how creative they can get. And that's why I'm up in the booth and not behind a bench. This one passed aside, trying to cycle this puck down low. Knocked off of it by the stick of Devin Niles. Niles now going to work on the PK. He's been a good defensive player, even though he is that top-line centerman from PAL. He has really shown a confidence with his stick work, especially in tight spaces. Shot dragged across. That one going to be blocked away by Devin Niles. Adding block shots now to his resume in this All-Star game. Far side. Pass back up to the point. Now over to Zetterquist. That pass intercepted. Here comes Atlantic on the counter. It's a 2-on-1 with Zetterquist getting back into the action. Pass goes wide. Shot low. Redirect scores. Niles on the rebound try. The shorthanded goal from Team Atlantic. Broadcast booth. And again, what a job by Boston University providing us with this television studio up in the 100 level, one of the suite style studios. And we've had kind of all day to set up here, test things, and we've needed it, deploying this new advanced technology called Zoom to get Dan Kay onto the broadcast here. So we appreciate that everything Boston University has done for us on this game day. Bouncing puck shot from the point. That one hit a couple of bodies, almost found its way back on the net, but nothing right there. Score still 4-2, Team Atlantic. Hearing that Argento goal being read out into the arena right now. Pass across, shot high, scored. The one-time look from Team New England, the carry into the zone, the patience on that one as well, to be able to find a home for that. The New England score coming once again off the stick of Nicholas Argento. Argento really dominant. He's just sitting himself on this wide side
already.
Argento has had himself a game here. And it looks like they might have just changed that as well here, Dan.
Yeah, it's gone back and forth on a live score as far as I've been watching along with you at home. That's kind of what I've been locked in on. Dan Kay, not much of a multitasker for those great Dan Kay Show fans who listen in every week to the most watched show in junior hockey. And I've been waiting on this one.
Yeah, it looks like Argento getting credited with that one as another shot comes in from New England. Well, Dan, that's why we give you one job. Your job is play-by-play. If Ken has beach, you have play-by-play. You should see the setup I've got right now. I've got you front and center. I've got a stats screen to my left. I've got a switcher to my right. I've got audio boards everywhere. I'm in like a NASA control room right now, and you're just kind of hanging on the couch.
Well, and what I will say is if they did credit that one to Argento, that would be hats off, and I would expect you to be trying to now take on another job of throwing that hat all the way down to the ice mid-play.
You know, I don't have the same baseball arm you do. There's a reason I stopped playing the sport in 10th grade, and you continued to play it throughout your collegiate career. I don't know if I can get that hat out there without sacrificing the entire right half of my body.
It's more frisbee than baseball anyway, tossing a hat. It's from the side. You play golf.
I'm also bad at frisbee and very mediocre at golf. Here comes Team Atlantic, carrying this one again across the blue line, going wide side for themselves. Now we're opening up this game. Skaters are going wide to the near side, far side. They're going for these big cross-ice passes. There's one centered in. That shot getting deflected, up and over, but still in play. Vincent Bronzo on a couple of good long passes. He's shown that he's able to really find some of these guys on the opposite side and deliver passes that are both hard enough to get through a defensive line, but also able to be received by his teammate on the far side. And it's so important. You can't just fire. Quick rules update. If we do have a tie game at the end of this one, we will go to standard overtime rules, including a shootout. Just so we're all on the same page here. This is the one time I feel like, Dan, I would love to see a shootout, just to see these incredible offensively minded skaters, these skillful defensemen go up against some of the best netminders in the league.
Oh, 100%. I'd love to just get rid of the OT period altogether and just have a shootout where every single player gets a chance on the netminders. You split the 3 netminders up on each team, you take turns, and just go after it.
A good, strong skating by New England again. And this is someone in Stamanov, Dan, that we've seen quite a bit as he fires the puck down low. The redirect scores. A lot of confusion in the net that is caused by that Stamanov shot. They just couldn't locate the puck, it felt like. And Team New England ties this one up. Skating in first is Camden Pryor. Pryor from the Jersey Hitmen, immediately identifiable in those blue trunks there, Dan, with the Hitmen logo on it. Pryor situates himself right on that post. And in the confusion from the initial shot, no one from Team Atlantic was able to pick him up. And it's once again a case of getting the puck one side, firing it across the net. Team Atlantic, 4 minutes left to go. Trying to get some speed going. There's Devin Niles. Niles takes this one down low. He's immediately bodied off it. A lot of pressure right in front of the net now. Spinning, firing, no-look shot. That one going wide. No save necessary by the goalie. There's Bomer. Bomer chipping this one. Deflected, bouncing puck, now immediately turned around. Atlantic, good zone entry right there. Back on the attack. Good blocker save by Sorensen. That's once again coming off the stick of Lachlan Bomer. And he's had a great game as well. Another name that we've mentioned quite a few times, just for his ability to kind of be an everyman. It seems like he's gotten involved in the offensive side, the defensive side. He's done a little bit of everything in this game and proven that that Bomer is an extremely versatile skater who it feels like he can fit in any role. Atlantic with the turnover, looking for space down low. The backhand elevation doesn't get over the pad of Sorensen. Sorensen comes into this period down a couple of goals as a netminder, now finding himself with just 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. He's got to protect this slim 1-goal lead. Team New England not giving up on the offense yet. Here they come on the attack. Skater down low, backhand try. Huge save right there by Daggett. Team New England with a 3-on-2 look that, because of some precision stick handling and passing, all of a sudden results in a New England skater just once again unmarked, unmanned right in front of the net and handled well by Daniel Daggett. Dan, you look at this Team Atlantic side here and with a ton of talent up and down this roster, you got to imagine you're going to go back to this leak-out look, trying to stretch the ice, the 200-foot game, pretty much as soon as possible.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, you get 2:30 to go. You start thinking about netminders. You start thinking about a lot of things. Both of these coaching staffs going to get real creative in the final few.
Here comes Team Atlantic trying to get this puck one ahead. This is where that little bit of coaching does come into play here. You want to try to get this face-off into the other zone. I mean, this is a situation that all hockey players at this level is familiar with. You're down 1 goal late in the game. What do you want to do? You want to get that puck into the offensive zone. You want to get a face-off inside a minute 30. It is almost 100% automatic that you pull that netminder. Team New England just stewarding this puck around in their own zone. Not looking to get too crazy with it. You want to avoid a turnover. And the turnover is going to come from plays like you just saw from Christopher Richards, playing strong hockey in neutral ice that now results in a chance for Team Atlantic. Pass from Vincent Bronzo, unable to be settled on the other end. It's going to go down into the corner boards and now brought back up by Ouellet. Ouellet, a good pass through center. Now carried in. The net is empty on the other side. New England, what a job on both the offensive and defensive side from these two teams. Your star of the game, Dan, as you said, certainly going to be Nicholas Argento, putting this game seemingly on his back for the New England side. We'll get handshakes at center ice, and we'll get Dan Kay. Dan, break this one down for us.
Yeah, what an incredible game. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's not about the wins and losses. It's about the performances. You talk about a guy like Galyabev who comes up from the elite and gets a goal today. You talk about a guy like Smetanka from the Premier getting to an assist, an NCDC star in Devin Niles, getting to see that PAL Junior Islanders organization grow. You talk about Camden Prier and Tommy Holtby, two hitmen guys getting goals today. Olivier Touchette, who I said would score the next goal, eventually getting the empty netter to put this one away, assisted by Zetterquist and Carmody. But overall, the story today, Nicholas Argento. Argento in a 3-0 deficit, scores one to make it 3-1. Then down 4-1, scores back-to-back, and then assists the game-tying goal. You want to talk about putting the team on your back. Nicholas Argento, I'm excited to see the interview at the _NK show, at NCDC JR Hockey. You got to go tune in. Lucas Jones going to do an incredible job. It's been fun out here, as fun as it can be in Dan Quarantine with a K, trying to bounce back from this flu bug so I can get back on the road for our games Friday and Saturday, calling the Coney Cup out in Detroit and Toledo. Lucas, an incredible job by you, and a happy birthday as well.
Thank you, Dan. What a way to spend a birthday watching some of the best young talent from across the country, all at Boston University. We thank you for watching at home. Thank you to Boston University for providing the ice for this game and helping us get set up. At the _DNK show, at NCDC JR Hockey are the places to go to see that post-game interview. I got to run. I got to get down there. It is a long walk down to where that interview is going to happen. My name is Lucas Jones for Dan K in the Phantom Zone. We are the Dan K Show, the most watched show in junior hockey. At the _DNK show is the place to go for updates, statistics, news, and all the latest happenings from across the NCDC, USPHL, and beyond. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in just a few for the NCDC All-Star Game.